name is Michelle Odom, and I am one of the co-hosts along with Randie Henderson. This session runs from August 19th until October 14th, 2014, and we are reading Alice Walker's book, We Are the Ones We've Been Waiting For, Inner Light in a Time of Darkness, Meditation. Our book group meets each Tuesday evening from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Google Plus Hangouts on Air platform. You can find the National Black Feminist Book Group on Google, YouTube, and Facebook. Please feel free to join us in reading our story together.
My name is Georgette Moses. I'm watching I'm not watching, I'm participating here from Columbia, South Carolina. And I'll be moderating tonight, and I'm enjoying this experience as usual.
Great.
Labeeb.
I am Labeeb. I'm tuning in from New York, Long Island. Again, I'm finally back, and I'm happy to be back to participate in tonight's discussion.
Okay. Venita.
My name is Venita Walker. I've been a member of the book group since session 1, which was very stimulating. And I look forward to session 2. I'm actually chiming in from Connecticut, in case anybody's interested. Okay.
All right. And last but not least, Michelle.
Hello, everybody. I am Michelle Odom, and I am joining you from New York. I'm in Manhattan today, in the Big Apple.
All right. Tonight we'll be discussing Chapter 2, Childhood, and Chapter 3, When Life Descends into the Pit, of our book, We Are the Ones We Have Been Waiting For, Inner Light in a Time of Darkness, Meditations, by Alice Walker. Thank you.
5B, okay. She offers a useful meditation that involves you, a child, and a peach, as an example of how to inspire respect for nature and foster the seeds of environmental activism in the next generations. Do you think this is a waste of time? Why or why not?
But absolutely, it's not a waste of time. Again, we have to honor Mother Earth. It's a way in which we can show an appreciation to our Creator for our very existence, and that He provides for our needs. So absolutely, it's not a wasted charge, if you will.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that particular scene, I don't know if you guys got to watch the video of the highlights for this chapter that I did, but I included a scene of the little girl eating a peach, as well as what I thought were very interesting pictures of the fresh fruits and vegetables, that some of them that she mentions in chapter 2. And one of the things that really made me think about, like, I put in a picture of a watermelon on the vine, and I don't think that I've ever seen that. Or the potatoes as they were in the ground. I'm sure I've never seen that. And last week we talked a bit about being disconnected, and to me this is just another way that especially us city dwellers are disconnected. Last week we were talking about how we're disconnected from the childbirth and death processes. What used to be just everyday aspects of human life that most people were exposed to. And so the focus on the food in this chapter made me think about how disconnected we are from where our food comes from. And maybe that's why some people can sit back and create genetically modified items and food like products and and not have us up in an uproar about that situation. So, yeah, so I, my mother tried to teach me gardening as a child. I wasn't interested, and as in many cases, she was right. I have lived to regret it. Um, but I definitely think it's important that we create opportunities for children to have that kind of exposure.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. I, I, I love both of your comments on that. Would anyone else like to add?
Well, it made me think of my grandfather. He had a garden, and he was still gardening throughout a lot of our childhood, and he grew cucumbers and watermelons, and I got to see all of it come out the ground. I got to help, even though I didn't want to. Much like Michelle, like you said, your mom, he used to make us go out there, and I don't even know what he had us do. I just know I was tired and it was hot, but it really, I don't know, it makes me feel bad because my cousins that's here now and that's gonna come, and my kids that's gonna come, they won't have that experience, and so it really, I don't know if it's a Southern thing, but I really like being outside. I don't walk around with my shoes on, like I don't. Just something that you get from being outside and having your family really implement the importance of that. I don't know. It's really sad. So it's sad to me that they won't really get that, and I feel
Mhm.
bad for not really realizing how wonderful it was when I was younger too. But this
Mhm.
book, these two chapters definitely made me feel nostalgic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Randy. Hmm. Well, I'm just going to chime in briefly and say that I finally have a garden and it's hot. It's tiring. And I have lost so many vegetables this year. I feel like a failure. My mom too. She tried to get me. She had a little garden up there in New Jersey, and I just like, okay, mom, but we can just go to the store and get this nice looking fruit.
Exactly.
But like what you all have been saying, I didn't understand that it's that connection with working in the earth, and then I think a lot of the activity was to also rest her mind. She got a connection with what she did when she grew up because she grew up in the South. And
Mhm.
she had worked on farms briefly because she said she couldn't handle it, but her grandmother had a garden. So that connecting with the past and connecting with yourself and the earth too. As Labeeb had said. So um, that's all I wanted to add to that.
What,
Venita, would you
what,
want to chime in on that?
I've always had a garden. I have a garden now. I have a 'cause I only eat like probably 90% organic foods,
All right.
and I've always had a love affair with good foods. I don't eat a lot of it, but what I do eat of it, I like it to be good. I have an organic garden now, and I have all kinds of herbs in it. I have tomatoes growing in it. I have all peppers, and I've always had it. Actually, I've had it for about I say 26 years now.
Where did you
Wow.
learn how to do that?
I actually taught myself. I've always been a person who loves to be close to the earth. The city offers me entertainment, but that's all it offers me, you know. And I grew up in a city, so I always was concerned about our food. And I talk about it to people all the time, and have been for years. How you can suddenly see the change in the products in the stores. It's not even sudden at this point. Now it's just moving so quickly now with the GMOs and everything is genetically engineered, and we even have food they grow now that's not even grown in dirt anymore.
mm,
Um,
Very.
so I really am organic gardening. I go to an organic farm at least twice a week. We have quite a few organic, real, bona fide organic farms in Connecticut. Connecticut is the tree capital of the nation, and it's a big farming community. So I've always been into farming. I've always been into organic foods, and I love the feeling. When I go into my garden, which now I can only go into certain times because of lupus, I have to either be out there at 5 o'clock in the morning with all my sunscreen, big hat, you name it, or I have to go when the sun goes down. But it's a place where I meditate. Even my family knew. My sons, I invite them in, and friends, I invite them in. When I'm by myself, they even knew it's not a time to talk to me. I only hear me at that point. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in my whole inner thing, and that's where I go for my, I don't know, it's a good feeling. It's the best, it's the best cure for stress. I do most of my thinking there. I'm much more creative there. All drug free,
Okay.
That's what I like about walking through the forest.
Yes.
It gives me that kind of peace. Yeah.
You feel free. You just feel free. I don't think about anything. And instantly, when I go into my garden, any thoughts of anything, and you don't think about anything. It's just like being in a mindless state, and I think it's very important for us to rest our minds sometimes, because we don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We don't do that. Our mind is never at rest. We think about this, think about that. What's next? What's this? What's that? And it's got to the point where that's why we all going crazy.
You're probably right.
We're all going crazy. But anyways, back at the ranch.
Okay, Venita, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.